Good afternoon and welcome back to the Hammers headlines in association with the guys over at kumb.com. I hope you are all well in this massive week, another massive week as a West Ham fan. We've got Lyon in the Europa League coming up. It's going to be exciting times, and fingers crossed we can turn over the result. It's a draw. It's equal level. You know, we're all there, and it's and everything's to play for. And fingers crossed we can go to Lyon in France and get a result. But as we do, and as we normally do, we bring to you three Hammers headlines of the day, and we just bring them to your stories. And if you want to get the comments in and let us know your opinion on the show tonight at 8, or is it 9 o'clock? I think it is. Make sure you do join us for a Bobby Moore appreciation night. Russ will be bringing that to you with a couple of guests, so make sure you join us at 9 o'clock tonight. Go and check our West Ham Daily, which does talk about the Zuma injury update, which isn't looking fantastically well, but hopefully it's smoke and mirrors. But go and check that out. A big talk about Zuma and Dawson as well. So first up today on our Hammers headlines is, of course, the news that we're all hearing. I mean, I don't know if it's all smoke and mirrors. We need to wait and see. But we're expecting that David Moyes could be afforded as much as £150 million to spend in the summer, according to several sources. Now, listen, each week you wake up, you hear 1 minute, we may be struggling for money. The next minute, we have money. But we're waiting on the verdict of a board meeting, apparently, to determine how much funds will be made readily available to strengthen the squad ahead of next season. GSB and Kretinsky have to consider how much revenue they will gain from TV deals, ticket sales, match day income, as well as their ability to borrow funds before freeing up the Moyes' kitty. And I mean, there must be finances available for the summer, considering we haven't made many signings or spent that much money over the last couple of windows. So if this is true, this is exactly the news that West Ham fans want to hear. The board look to have learned, hopefully, from their failures over the last several windows, having left it far too late to get ourselves organised. And this time round, it seems as if we are identifying targets and planning to get our financials in order ahead of what should be a huge summer transfer window. And we all know Moyes doesn't look at the fee of a player, but he'll look at the player that fits the system. So this money really, if we were to have this money available, this money could really travel far, taking into consideration some of the free players that are available in this summer, players that West Ham and David Moyes have been looking at. And we know they've been looking at, factually been looking at Tarkowski. He's available. Lingard, he's available. Kaleta Carr, he's available. So you could make that money travel far. We could find ourselves bringing in several free players, freeing up those funds to look into larger transfer fees for larger players, but also look at the loan deals. Alfonso Areola could be available back again at West Ham for a loan without paying the fee again, freeing up more funds. And if you were to just say, for talking sake, bring in those 4 players I've mentioned, you've brought in 4 players that definitely add value to our squad, and you've still got that transfer kitty available. But as we all know, David Moyes certainly does not look for the fee. He looks for the player that fits the system. Get your comments in. Let me know your thoughts. If we will, and if we do you think it's realistic, and will he spend that money? So the next up is a feature that we've been doing for a little while, which is having a look at the under-23s. And on the 4th of April, West Ham under-23 development squad had 2 games in hand over the league leaders, Man City. And our young lads went and beat Spurs 3-1 thanks to goals from Perkins, Nevers and Kamari Swire, whilst league leaders Man City were beaten 3-1 by Arsenal. With those results, West Ham were 5 points behind Man City in the league table. We had the vital part here was the 2 games in hand we had on that side. So the next game we had coming up against Blackburn was vital, and to try and go and get those points. But unfortunately, we lost the game 2-0, which gave Man City the advantage again. So then we had another game coming up. Games were coming in quick succession. It was a very, very busy schedule for the under-23s, and it was so important that we could get back into winning ways. So we turned up against Leeds United in the Premier League Cup, and we were victorious 5-1, and it was a fantastic performance. If you didn't get a chance, you could have watched it on the West Ham United's YouTube channel, where they did screen the game. It was a fantastic performance, which meant that West Ham secured our position in the Premier League Cup quarterfinals. thanks to 2 finishes from Armstrong. Okoflex again, he is shining in that development squad, and goals by Dan Chesters, Sonny Perkins, and Lungello as well. And having been disappointed with the performance in defeat to Blackburn last Friday, the under-23 coach, Mark Robson, was thrilled with both of the work rate and the overall ability on show from his young side, who came back, and came back from a goal down to secure a pulsating victory. West Ham had undeservingly went behind through to Matteo Joseph's first half strike as Leeds caught West Ham on the counter-attack. But quality finishes, like I said, from Okoflex and Chesters put the under-23s 2-1 up at half-time. Dan Chesters just did not give up. He had a couple of chances to shoot. He drove into the box and then he lost the ball, but then he won it back using strength and ability, and he put the ball into the top corner. Great goal from him. Okoflex got a second from the penalty spot before Perkins added another from 12 yards out when Ashby was being fouled for both spot kicks. Lungello secured the win with the goal of the game, rounding off a terrific team move to power home a first-time effort just inside the 18-yard box. And Mark Robson noted the number of chances the under-23s created in that victory and believes such a result will do huge wonders for confidence heading into the final weeks of the 21-22 campaign. We were on the front foot in the game from the first whistle, and the effort that the boys put in throughout the game was excellent. And in the game, we did miss 1 or 2 chances before Leeds did score, which they did catch us on the counter-attack, and on another day we would put those away. But we showed good character to come back in the first half. We played even better in the second half. Armstrong took his penalty really well, and apparently he's been practicing penalties in the training and has missed quite a few, so it was good that he stepped up and blew away those cobwebs. Mark Robson went on to say that there were a couple of bits in the first half we thought we might do a little bit better, but we found it in the final third of the second half, particularly for Manny Longello's goal. Regan Clayton came in from the under-18s, and I thought he did excellent when he came on and added some quality, and it's great we have that level from these lads coming into the under-23s. Another prospect coming through from the ranks is Regan. He's a flying left back, and as an under 16s players at the time, he made a hugely impressive 19 appearances for the youth team in the 2021 season, including starting the 5-0 FA Youth Cup win over Norwich at Carrow Road. And he's been with the academy since he was 10 years old. He's quick, committed, and he loves nothing more than to get forward and support his attack. And after appearing regularly for the under-18s in the 21-22 season, he made his competitive debut for the under-23s and the second-half substitute in the 4-2 win over Crystal Palace in South London. A win like this is great for West Ham under-23s because we know that they have the quality there, and it was clear to see in the match. So West Ham's reward for victory is a place in the quarterfinals against Fulham, and Fulham are certain for promotion from to the Premier League to Division 1 because they sit top of the Division 2 by a clear 20 points. So this game is going to prove to be a tough one, but we have players there. We do. I think I'm really confident from watching them over the several couple of years that there are players that can make the step up. When you look at Harrison Ashby, how he performs down the fullback position, he is Premier League standard, 100%. I've got the faith and confidence in Baptiste and Alessi, and it'll be interesting to see if Armstrong Okoflex can make the step up. Get your comments in and let us know your thoughts on the under-23s, and do you think they could make the step up to the next level? So next up is another feature, and that is Loan Watch. Something that we like to do is bring you an update on some of the players that are out on loan from West Ham. And we do know now that there's 4. I'm going to talk particularly about 4 players here. They were in action over the weekend for their adopted clubs. And goalkeeper Joseph Anang in solid form for St. Patrick's Athletic in Ireland. He's a 21-year-old shot stopper, picked up his 5th clean sheet in 9 league games in the Irish Premier League division, and as St. Pat's drew 0-0 against Dundalk on Friday. Seeking a first win in 3 league games, Anang's side went close to breaking the deadlock on numerous occasions at Richmond Park without quite finding the killer touch. The 0-0 draw sees St. Pat's slip 9 points behind their entry pace setters Derry City at the top of the table, but they remain third with plenty of the season still to come. In League One, forward Mipu Odubiku featured in the final 15 minutes of Doncaster Rovers' vital 2-0 victory over bottom of the table Crewe Alexandra. Needing to win to stay in touch with the sides just above the relegation zone, 23rd place Doncaster achieved precisely that in a comfortable victory, scoring either side of half-time. And Odubiku had a great chance in the game, but to extend the lead in the final minutes because he broke 2-on-1, but the 19-year-old's marker recovered well to block his shot. Doncaster's side sit 5 points from safety, albeit with only 4 games left to play. Next up is a home game against mid-table Bolton Wanderers on Good Friday. Elsewhere, MK Dons title charge was halted as that man, Connor Coventry, the man of the moment we're talking about, who's out on loan, were held to a 1-1 draw away at AFC Wimbledon, the big derby on Saturday. The midfielder once again helped his team dominate possession, which he has been doing all season, having 69% of the ball with a controlled display. A Troy Parrott stunning late goal to take anything away from the fiercely contested fixture at the Cherry Red Records Stadium. They went ahead early on from a free kick, but as we said, the game was levelled. And so MK Dons now have 4 league games remaining and sit second, 3 points behind Wigan Athletic with the same margin clear of third place Rotherham. But both teams have 2 games in hand. Wonder if he can make the step up to the Premier League, because we're all talking about Mark Noble's going come the end of the season. So can Coventry move up to the next standard? Next up, Nathan Holland and Oxford United suffered a frustrating and they were frustrated in their reach for the playoffs following a damaging 2-1 defeat to Sunderland. The 23-year-old retained his place in Carl Robinson's starting 11 and played an hour of the must-win game against Sunderland, but came out at the wrong end of the contest, which the two teams had a combined 31 shots. After 3 straight defeats, Oxford now finds himself in 8th place, 4 points behind Sunderland in the final playoff spot, having played a game more. What do you think about the loans? Do you think, I mean, Nathan Holland, I had a lot of minds, I had a lot of positivity for. I thought he'd maybe make the step up to the team, but I'm not so sure from the games I've saw, and I can potentially see him being released come the end of this season. But Connor Coventry, I've got a lot of hope for. Fingers crossed he can make the step up into the first team squad. Get your comments in and let me know your thoughts on that. And that does bring an end to our Hammers headlines for today. Make sure if you're new around here, subscribe to the channel, hit the thumbs up, go and check out our channel membership. Join us on the West Ham Daily. You'll go back the way and have a look at our content that's out there. And tonight, make sure you join us for the Bobby Moore Appreciation Night. Take it easy, stay safe, and come on, you Irons.